Mr. Freeze has the only cure.
What are you waiting for, then? He's in Arkham City. Find him.
Right off the bat, I love hearing Alfred already in his concerned parent mode. You can feel the urgency in his voice, but he still managed to keep himself composed. Alfred truly is the best dad figure for Bruce.
Somewhere cold. He needs to be kept at sub-zero temperatures to survive.
I don't wish to worry you, but it is the middle of winter out there.
I noticed.
Haha, you can practically hear Batman's eye roll in that pause there. Classic. I also love how they don't spoil what the character looks like in the bio before we meet them. It's such a clever idea. It builds that excitement, making the encounter feel all the more thrilling when we finally get to see them.
I can't believe I didn't think of this earlier. A hotline straight to my bestest friend in the world. Just think, I can call you up whenever I get bored. I think our relationship is really maturing here. The next thing you know is we'll be exchanging emails or meeting up for romantic dinners.
You can definitely tell Mark Hamill's having the time of his life here, and I'm all for it. And yes, I'm putting a coin in the thirst jar because Joker is clearly putting the riz on Batman. He's all ready for some romantic dinners. If you're new here and you want to know more about the thirst jar, you can check out part 2 right here, where I explain all about it. I've already pointed out how much I love the animations in the background of the henchmen in part 1, but seriously, look how much fun they're having. It adds so much personality and depth to these henchmen that all we only do with them is beat them up. Can't get enough of these little details in the series.
Telling you it's all true. The Joker's dying in there. This is our last chance to show all the other freaks in this place who's the real boss of Arkham City.
Yeah, I'm ready to go out there and kick some penguin ass.
Me too. We do this for the Joker. When we roll out of here,
Okay, Transformers.
we find anyone who may know where Freeze is and beat the information out of them.
And if they don't know nothing,
We beat them some more. Yeah.
no problem. I can wait.
Nice continuity here with earlier when Harley sent them out to look for Freeze. Now the henchmen are talking about it and making plans on how to do it. It's those little touches that really tie everything together really nicely.
Old GCPD building. Freeze must be using one of the old forensic labs. I've got to get in there.
Immediately from that line, we already know that Freeze is a freaking genius. He's using an old forensic lab and probably got it to work again, something we see him use later. It's a detail that could easily go unnoticed, but it really hit me how clever it is when you think about it. I was really hoping that if I open the block door for the henchmen, they'll have some unique dialogue like, "Oh, we're doing something right, it's opening a little bit." But sadly, no luck.
Can you hear me? What's going on? Now for the love of... If any of you idiots at the GCPD are still capable of breathing, switch to channel Puffin Zero. Do you understand? Puffin Zero, now.
Puffin Zero? That's such a good name for a channel. It could totally be a nod to Freeze with the whole sub-zero temperature theme. Oh, also, apparently puffins are called sea clowns because of their colorful beaks. Maybe a nod to Joker, too.
That's correct, Don. The inmates are running wild, and there are reports that the turf war on the ground has escalated. As regular viewers will no doubt remember, when I spoke to the mayor earlier tonight, he said that all measures were being taken to restrict the flow of illegal weaponry into Arkham City. The mayor was very clear in his response. He said that all weapons are illegal within the quarantine zone. He promised every measure possible was being taken to control these anarchic outbursts. So Gotham, let me ask you, does this look like an anarchic outburst? In my opinion, and I stress, it is just my opinion, the entire site is in chaos.
I like how there's a lot happening outside of Arkham City, with Vicky Vale stressing to us about the conversation she had with the mayor. It really adds an extra layer of intrigue, and it makes the whole world feel more connected.
Listen up. Boss wants this place held tight. No one in or out. You see one of Joker's crew, waste them.
What about Batman?
Kill him too.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Love that line delivery.
Just like that.
It makes the Penguin henchman sound more serious and direct compared to Joker's henchmen.
Keeping track of his crew using heartbeat monitors. He'll know each time I take someone out. I need to move quickly.
I'm running out of patience. You're running out of people. Let's see what runs out first.
Once again, we see the difference between the gangs. Unlike the steel mill, where Harley couldn't keep track of her men, Penguin can because he can afford heart monitors. Such a great detail to show the variety of the gangs in Arkham City.
Lovely one-armed mercenary up here just waiting to come down and teach you lot what it means to fail me. Shall I let him out of his cage?
Ooh, some great continuity with the thugs from earlier at the steel mill, mentioning that the other twin is working for Penguin now, and he just confirmed it here. It's a great reminder, knowing we'll face the other one very soon.
There's Freeze.
He's in the museum. Penguin's got him.
I'll have to cut that tongue out of your head, boy. I don't know people telling tales on me.
No. I'm sorry, Mr. Cobblepot. He made me tell him.
I like how Batman lets this man plead with the Penguin before knocking him out. Also, you can see the earpiece blinking here, and Batman even drops his angry face when the man tells him. Such a fun detail.
That doesn't sound good.
There is a reason he's the world's greatest detective.
Alfred,
Hello, sir. Have you retrieved the cure from Mr. Freeze?
there were complications. Penguin has got his hands on Freeze and trapped me in the GCPD building.
You do realize that you will actually die if you don't get this cure soon.
Thanks for reminding me, Alfred.
Batman is so done with Alfred. His pause between just speaks volumes.
I'm in a police building. Cobblepot's obviously bribed some official into giving him the lock codes for the municipal structures. I'm downloading the unlock codes right now.
I've always wondered if it was Warden Sharp, since he's pretty much a scumbag.
But Mr. Cobblepot, we're stuck too. So, we can't get back. And your point is? Well, it's just, you've left us over here with the Joker's crew. Try and take some of them down before you die, son. You bastard.
That man is now questioning his decision on joining Penguin's crew.
Then we can do what they did on that plane crash in the mountains. If one of us dies, the rest of us can eat him. Are you insane? Maybe I am, but give it time. When we've not eaten for a few days, and you maggots are shivering, we'll all be feeling a little crazy, you know? I know I'll be looking at you like you're a side of pork chops. And you know what? What? I love pork chops.
I keep telling myself that this guy is just trying to be funny, but I honestly don't think he is.
Good, is it? Nope. It sounds like Joker's people are looking for Mr. Freeze.
Really? I didn't even know he was in here.
Me neither. I read once that he just does what he does because of his wife. Something bad happened to her.
Well, boo-hoo. I used to be an accountant. Now I'm rotting to death in a maximum security prison.
The pittiness of that boo-hoo gets me every time. Here's that guy in the beginning with Jack Ryder, and it won't be the last time we see him either.
Please, don't shoot us!
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Great attention to detail with the henchmen yelling out not to let the Tiger helicopter shoot at them. At least, not yet. Some great foreshadowing there. Is it me, or does these posters of Bruce Wayne look more like Hush than Bruce himself? I love how the camera follows you everywhere, even when you go right under it. It clearly should break from right here, and even you go above it, it follows you. You can see it just really wants to say hi. I never noticed this henchman's bandana that has a beak on it before. Dang, son. Penguin definitely has some sort of Etsy budget for his men.
Our world-famous Iceberg Lounge.
I don't know why, but I like the detail they show the Iceberg Lounge when the narrator said it on the TV. Also, when I first played this, I thought the shark here was throwing up, and it still kind of looks that way. I don't know why that makes me laugh.
I don't think I want you breaking into my little home, Batman.
Something's blocking communication back to the Batcave.
How amazing that would be if it spelled Dork Knight here. I mean, it almost does on the first part at least. Also, the game auto-exits you out of that if you don't do it yourself. Okay, Rocksteady. Can't auto-Bruce to defend himself, but you can make him get impatient about the internet not working? I see how it is.
Something's blocking communication back to the Batcave. Penguin must be using military-grade communication disruptors. The only way to crack this security is to destroy them.
I've always found it odd how Batman just jumps the gun with, oh, Penguin is clearly using this. I feel like there should have been a bit more detective work involved, like maybe overhearing a henchman or something. The logic just seems off. I know he's the world's greatest detective, but I think that was a little cop-out if you ask me. I was trying to see if I could be fast enough with the remote control batarang to beat the bars here, but there is an invisible wall there regardless.
How does this thing work anyway?
All you need to know is Penguin wants this thing powered up. While it's working, no one in this hellhole can use anything that broadcasts out into Gotham.
So that's why my cell phone stopped working. Oh, yours too?
Yes, dumbass, that's why your cell stopped working. Did you even listen at the briefing?
Damn, no?
You're gonna... Oh, it's you. Sorry, man. Stop pointing that thing at me!
I love these henchman conversations so much.
I'm pissed.
Batman's been screwing with his plans.
Do those things even work underground? I read the manual. It never said anything about working underground.
Yeah, they work.
If you say so.
Since when have you been all about reading, anyway?
I read.
Horn don't count.
Screw you.
Okay, where, when, why, and how did Penguin give this guy the manual?
I'm telling you, it's him.
It can't be.
It is. Look again. He looks big, right? He's gray.
This poster's gotta be over 100 years old. How can it be the same guy? And even if it was, how did Penguin get him?
I don't know, but I'm sure it is. It's even got a name.
Solomon Grundy? Stupidest name I ever heard.
That's the thing you can hear in the museum. You know, Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday.
You may be right.
Great build up to Solomon here. We heard him once before when heading to the steel mill, and now here again, right before we face him. Also, dang, if this poster is over 100 years old, that must have been some amazing paint they had back then. I don't know why, but love the head turn towards this guy over here like, what the hell do you want?
Penguin, Batman's on the way. Good. I always wanted a chance to go up against that freak.
But I thought he wanted us to drag this thing over to the Joker.
He did. I guess Batman's made him change his plans.
That's an interesting story beat there. Clearly Penguin's plan was to try to cut off Joker's communications until Batman intervened. Peekaboo! Hey boys. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea why they're not firing at me.
You know what? I prefer the good old cavity search.
That I like trains guy would go nuts here. One of the things I remember most about the museum is the T-Rex right here. So clean. Blinking you'll miss it, but the cop actually spits at the guy and he gets super pissed. Great way to show that this guy does not give a crap, even with a knife to his throat.
I'm not scared of you. Do your worst. Penguin will kill you too when he's done.
Don't talk crap. Why would he do that?
He's got a record as long as my arm. He's responsible for 63 missing people, and he likes hurting people too much to stop.
What's he talking about?
Don't listen to him. He's desperate. He knows he's gonna die.
Ooh, I like this guy. Trying to play some mind games to the henchman. Very clever. Not a big fan of the body armor on the henchman. It's pretty annoying in some fights, but that's kind of it. Nothing more than the satisfying hit when you finally take him down. I don't know, I feel like they could have added more to that. Man, this officer has nerves of steel if he's calm from all that.
You're safe for now.
Thank God.
You may want to hold off on thanking him until after you've answered my question. Who are you?
Sorry, man. I'm a cop. Gordon sent us in here. I'm from the 13th Precinct, part of the strike team. Been in here since the beginning.
If Gordon sent you, you'll know the code.
Oh, yeah. He said, oh, man, what was it?
The code. Now.
It's Sarah. He said to tell you the code is Sarah.
Fun nod there. Comic book fans might recognize that name, Sarah Essen, who was a former lover of James Gordon in Year 1. Even though she doesn't make an appearance in the Arkham series, she does get mentioned again in the Arkham Origins in some of the tapes, where Commissioner Loeb at the time was going to expose their relationship, and Harley Bullock was going to spy on both of them. Love this kind of deep lore in these games. I really love the face and eye animation going on with Jones here. You can tell he's nervous talking with Batman since he won't hold any eye contact. Or maybe he's just shaken by what's going on. Either way, kudos to this actor who did the motion capture for him.
I told Gordon it was too dangerous to send you in. Stay here. If the rest of your team is alive, I'll find them.
I would have liked to hear that conversation Batman had with Gordon. It would have been a great story beat since we barely see or hear from Gordon in this game. Damn, Gordon needs to hit the Lazarus pit or something. He's looking rough in this picture. They really did him dirty. I guess he's Benjamin Button or something, because he looks great in Arkham Knight. Most of you probably know this, but I really like the showcase Penguin has for his museum. It really shows how twisted he truly is.
Now this little mix is a real puzzle. Where did she come from? How did she kill 8 of my men before we managed to hold her down and beat her into unconsciousness? All I know is, I like her pajamas.
Well, that's a coin in the thirst jar for that comment. Also, I like how she's having like a staring contest with Batman and Jones right here.
Take a good look into the eyes of the monster. Deeply disturbed killer, a man responsible for the murder and subsequent mutilation of over 100 men, women, and children. You're looking at Zaz.
That's such a scary thought, that Penguin somehow captured Zaz here and he escaped. Very chilling environmental storytelling with the blood in the broken cages.
Press the button and watch the puppet dance.
Hehe, I like how they kept the paint job that Joker did from him back in the asylum. Nice callback.
I wouldn't do that if I was you. Show them what we got.
So I turned off the in-game music now since YouTube gave me kind of a finger wag about it in my last part, but I have to say, it kind of makes the scene feel awkward. It's not flat or anything, but you could tell it's definitely missing something.
You down too.
Ooh, aren't you scary?
You're about to find out.
Am I really?
I have to say, Penguin has really grown on me over the past couple of years. He wasn't really my favorite back then, whether in BTAS or even when this game came out. But Matt Reeves, the Batman, and now the new Penguin show really made me realize that he's a power-hungry man you should not mess with. Also, Nolan North is amazing in this role. His voice matches this despicable and gross nature of this character perfectly. You just gotta love the suck-up henchman for him.
Here's the thing. Back there, I've got a cabinet with your name on it, just waiting to be filled. And, as luck would have it, here you are, standing just where I want you.
The thought of Penguin actually hoping Batman would surrender and become part of his collection is just a funny idea. Also, does he just let them die of starvation or dehydration eventually? That museum would get pretty smelly if that's the case.
Come on out, lads. It's initiation.
That's legit one of my favorite moments in the game. Just a hard swing to that poor man's junk. He would not be having kids anytime soon. Oh man, I remember my jaw dropping to the floor when I first saw this. What an unexpected twist that he would have the Titan monsters. But it makes sense. Penguin has this power and money, he probably could recreate it or find the remnants of it. Great story beat and callback to the asylum. Just what a sequel game should do. This is just a nitpick, but I kind of hate how they made it so you can just stun him now instead of throwing a batarang. It takes a lot of the fun and danger out of it, personally.
I found Penguin.
And Mr. Freeze, have you located the cure yet?
Not yet. The situation is worse than I thought. Penguin has a supply of the Titan formula.
He's got what? How do you get Titan off Arkham Island? What's going on here? Your suit's bioreadings are spiking.
Nice of you to join us, Oracle. Alfred, bring Barbara up to speed.
Of course.
But...
I'll be in touch.
Honestly, this was a really good idea to have Oracle come later in the game. It helps establish Alfred as a character, since Oracle was already established in the asylum. Great writing choice here. A bit of foreshadowing to Wonder City here, like how they start planting little seeds with these pictures in your brain, only for it to come back later.
Wouldn't believe the fight the old snowman put up. Still, I got what I wanted.
I kind of wanted to see that fight, honestly. When Bay brings out the freeze gun.
Are you from the 13th precinct? Where's the rest of your team?
I like how Batman makes sure he's part of the crew, even though you could tell by their matching little tank tops they're wearing. Some good old Killer Croc flashbacks right here from the ice.
Sorry, Batman. Did I forget to mention my little friend down there? Me, Tiny. Who'd have thought a big fish could be so useful? Not me, that's for sure.
I feel like Penguin called his shark that because he's compensating for something, but I just can't figure it out. Another show don't tell in this game. You have to figure out what to do here. Really like that.
They're using thermal imaging headsets. Anyone wearing them will be able to spot me hiding up in the darkness.
Yeah, really cool, challenging idea that doesn't really go anywhere. Wish they made it that could be easily to spot you more, adding more of a challenge to Predator mode. But it's pretty much useless most of the time because they warn you before they're going to use it.
Freeze's suit is in the case. I'm looking at it now.
You better, son. Batman's on the way, and the last time I saw him, he didn't look very happy.
He's not getting past me and the boys, sir. The suit is safe.
Tell the boys there's an extra 100 grand in it for whoever brings him in alive.
Very generous, sir.
Nice touch that Penguin's henchmen call him sir to be more respectful. A lot of henchmen do this before this interaction if you keep an ear out for it.
Listen up. Penguin wants the bat brought in alive. There's 50 grand in it for the one who doesn't.
Okay, this has always bothered me. Penguin said 100 grand, and this guy just said 50 grand. Why is that? Was his henchman not telling the rest of the boys so he could keep half of it for himself? Or was that just a typo in the script? I don't know why, but that has always bothered me.
Is this what Batman's coming for?
Who knows? If it is, he ain't getting it.
Maybe one of us should put the suit on.
What?
Yeah, think about it. Freeze, Batman. I am a man in a refrigerator. Do you want ice with that?
I just can't. Again, some of these easy to miss animations just add so much to the game and the personalities to these henchmen. I freaking love it.
How do you get in it? Does it come with instructions?
How hard can it be? We're both smart.
You should get the guy who knows how to read manuals.
I read the manual.
I saw you clear the room. It's awesome work, man. The name's Tom. Tom Miller.
You're part of Gordon's strike team. I've seen your file.
You have? I mean, yes, sir. Listen up. In case you didn't notice, Batman just saved our asses. From this point on, we own this room. No one in or out.
Well, what about the little bastard that did this to us? I want payback.
You'll get it. We grab guns, hole up here till Batman finds the rest of the squad, and then we get our payback on Mr. Cobblepot. Michaels, grab a firearm and start a patrol.
No problem.
Sanchez, cover the main entrance. Let's make it out of here in one piece, okay?
I really like the squad of cops. They have some unique personalities that are really memorable. It's odd that they didn't bring these characters back into Night. It would have added a lot and been cool to see them again, since we already know who they are. Again, some missed potential in Arkham Knight they had here. Gosh, it's so weird to see Freeze like this. I'll talk more about him in just a second. Also, apparently, he's remaining calm. That's really smart, actually, because that keeps his heart rate and the coolant probably down. Also, if you look closely, his fingers have frostbite on all of them. Nice detail.
I shall slice you into pieces, American.
Something I've noticed in this playthrough is that this twin, I'm just gonna call him Lefty, talks to Batman, while the other one, Righty from the steel mill, doesn't. It shows their different personalities. Lefty's maybe more outgoing and talkative, while Righty seems shy and doesn't speak as much. I know we'll eventually see them talk together, but it's just something I've noticed. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it's just something to think about. Blink and you'll miss it, but when Freeze is walking, there's a bit of a shaky leg. Probably to show how weak he is from the battle with Penguin he had.
Joker's cure. Where is it?
Forget the clown. I want Cobblepot. He has my suit, my weapons. I'll end him for what he's done to me.
This is such an incredible scene that I feel like nobody talks about, so I'm going to. First, I adore Mr. Freeze. He's the reason I became a Batman fan in the first place. My all-time favorite episode is Heart of Ice, and I may make a video about it in the future, but all you need to know is he's one of my favorite characters of all time. Not just in Batman or Arkham series, but in film, game, TV shows, and books. With that said, it really shocks me to see Freeze in this almost naked state. I know he has pants on, but I mean in this vulnerable state. He has nothing on him to pose as a threat. He does surprisingly have some pecs going on, but he clearly is too weak to fight. Without any of his gear, he's pretty much a useless threat. Honestly, I just find that really clever writing because we can see later when we fight him that he's a tremendous opponent against Batman that we can't even face head on.
Why would I tell you that?
Because if I can't get past it, I won't help you get your suit. Think about it, Victor. You don't look well. If you're gone, what will happen to Nora?
Leave my wife out of this, Batman. Don't let this situation fool you. We are not friends.
Adding to the scene, we finally hear Nora's name. I bet a lot of people who are new to Batman didn't know much about Freeze's backstory. We hear a little bit about his wife, but no name, and seeing Freeze react when Batman says it just adds so much to his character. I freaking love it. Also, remember that line Freeze says, "We are not friends." Gonna bring that up again when we fight him later.
No!
Today is not a good day to push me, Victor.
Stop! There's a security override chip I built into the suit to stop anyone using my weapons against me.
How did that work out for you?
Another great show don't tell moment in storytelling. We know that Freeze needs to survive in sub-zero temperature, and here's his workaround, literally putting coolant in his heart. Nobody even comments on it, just showing that he clearly needs it, and Batman takes it out to threaten him. So good. Also love the jab Batman throws here. He's definitely learning from his best dad. Ooh, I love the glow of the coolant here as it runs through his body. Just a cool detail I find really wicked. Okay, I'm coming clean here. I have to add a coin in the thirst jar because when I was replaying this, I couldn't help but just stare at Mr. Freeze's pecs here. Like, damn, Victor, how heavy is that freeze gun of yours to get those? Nora's gonna have a nice cold treat when she thaws out, let me tell you. Freeze Lane here is like, paint me like one of your frozen French girls, Batman.
I want a piece of Penguin when you catch him. Promise me.
Concentrate on keeping him out of here. He's a dangerous man. You're emotional. You'll make mistakes. Leave him to me.
Batman is literally, trust me, bro. I've been there.
So that's the famous freeze suit.
Unfortunately.
Oh, what are you doing?
When I leave here, wait 10 minutes. Then get this over to Freeze. He won't be dangerous.
No problem, Batman.
That's translation to, I poured way too much out and he's gonna die soon, so here you go. I love this guy, just doing his little patrol and wanting to list the Penguin showcase. It's so unnecessary that they added this, but I'm so happy they did. It's so adorable.
We've got this room under control. Do you know who else survived? Did you find a guy called Jones?
Yeah, he said his name was Elvis. He was being attacked by Penguin's crew. He's safe.
Oh, thank God. Me and him have been partners for 5 years. Man, I love that ugly son of a bitch.
He's in the...
Okay, I'm putting a coin in the thirst jar for this line, just for comedy purposes, because right at this scene, my boyfriend walked in and said,
"Oh, they..."
Nice detail that the boat is clearly damaged now, thanks to Tiny.
Hello, Pat.
That line always gets me. Nolan North is such a treasure. That must be Batman's signature move on Penguin.
Oh, don't look so sad. I've got a little surprise for you down there.
Ooh, that shot is so cool. They really went all out for Solomon Grundy's design. He looks so damn cool. His boss fight is amazing as well. Probably high up there in the top. It's really intense and fast paced. Also, really nice detail that the scanner doesn't pick up his pulse, only that it says 20 beats per minute somehow, and the condition is unknown. Such a great touch. Ooh, that's so gross. Also, that noise you hear for a quick second, it's the same one that poison ivy plants make when they hit you in the asylum. I only got it for a second, but now the pulse reads 0 after he's defeated. You can see the ninja react when she sees Batman just for a quick second here.
Look who it is, Mr.
Enough. Freeze! Enough!
Of course.
I love how Batman gives Freeze a moment of payback until he thinks it's enough. It shows a bit of their relationship here.
Regret what you did, Mr. Cobblepot.
I always wondered what he did, if anything, since Penguin chills for the rest of the game in the case. He probably punched him a bit, if I had to guess.
The cure, Freeze.
There isn't one.
What?
Perhaps I should elaborate. Creating an antidote to the disease that afflicts the clown was easy. Unfortunately, the cure degrades too quickly. It needs a restorative element, some kind of reforming enzyme. Without it, it breaks down before it can help its host.
I've seen this before.
What does he even mean by that line?
I've seen this before.
Like with the Titan serum or Ra's al Ghul's DNA? Just found this a really weird line and they don't even go into it, so just some weird clunky writing if you ask me.
What if I told you I know a man who's been exposed to that enzyme for centuries?
What man?
His name is Ra's al Ghul.
Oh boy, I'm so excited to go pay him a visit.
You and the clown are doomed.
Something I picked up over the years is that some of the villains call Joker the Clown, or just Clown, like here with Freeze, and Penguin said it earlier. Bane in Origin calls him payaso, which means clown in Spanish, and Riddler at one point says it in Night too. I just find it really interesting, this trend between other villains in Arkham.
Oracle, change of plan. I'm going after the League of Assassins.
Why? What have they got to do with all this? Oh, wait a minute. Is this about Ra's or his daughter?
Penguin had one of the League's assassins imprisoned in the museum. I recognize the insignia. She's a member of Talia's elite guard.
I knew it. What is it about that woman that makes her instantly the most important person in your world?
Oh, I hate this. Why does Oracle here sound like a jealous ex-girlfriend? Like, bitch, aren't you dating Tim Drake right now? I can maybe see her being rough on him to stay focused, but it doesn't really come off that way. I hate when she acts like this. It's completely out of her character. I know she had a crush on him and even dated him in the BTAS universe, but it does not work here in my opinion. I don't know what they were trying to do with this conversation other than get me angry.
But please stay focused. Don't let her get in the way again.
Oh boy, I can't wait to go talk to her. She's my favorite character. I just realized that Freeze looks really goofy on the scanner with only his skeleton head. Really nice detail here. Condensation can indicate how cold the surface is relative to the surrounding air, and I love how it's used on Freeze's suit. It adds that extra layer of realism, showing how much he relies on the cold to survive.
That bitch was badass, Batman. She took him down and kept moving.
Nice little detail that says on the scanner that he got injured from the ninja.
I see you have sent a data request on the League of Assassins to the Bat computer. Oh, and another equipment request.
I like how Alfred says that since we got the grapnel boost earlier. Great continuity there.
Did you ever consider a bigger build?
I did. Too heavy. Slowed me down. Let me know when it's here.
We'll go grab that gadget and find Ra's next time in part 4. What's your favorite area in Arkham City? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you want to stay more connected, I post regularly on the community tab about news on Batman media, fun polls, behind the scenes, and much more. So make sure you click that ding, 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 dong on the bell notification so you don't miss out. Also, why not subscribe and join our Bat family? Us nerds need to stick together. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Stay tuned.
I read the manual.